obviously sex is a big deal in marriage, and that's a big thing that we're always talking about, because we're Catholics, we're to, like, you know, have big families, we're supposed to enjoy each other's company, and so on and so forth. But there's a fine line between instructing couples, like we said, that you ought to be attending to this often, and telling specifically what you need to be doing in the bedroom. And this is where the feminism, I think, from this magazine really is just like right in your face, because it's women telling women how to please a man, instead of the women. And women who take this advice are really going to be missing out on a great opportunity for actual intimacy, because really what they need to do is they need to just be virgins, getting married to their husbands, and then over the next year or so be having like frequent sex and frequent conversations with your husband about what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he's into, what he's not. And you don't need some smutty feminist magazine to tell you what other women think your husband's gonna like. Just talk to your husband. Like, I don't understand. And the other thing I'll say too real fast is that there's this modernist notion, because of the smuttiness of the culture and the sexualization of everything, that when you first get married, that everybody needs to be having, I guess, I even hate saying this kind of stuff like publicly, but the greatest sex of their life right away. That thing takes time to perfect, and it takes conversations with your husband. It takes lots of practice. It's not something you're just going to be great at right away. You shouldn't be. If you are great at it right away, then you probably have had too much practice before marriage. So this is something that you need to work on together. You don't need a magazine, as long as you know the basics, because I think one of their critiques was like, well, you have some of these traditional women who are coming from weirdo households that don't even know how things work. Yeah, that's weird. I agree. And
I think exaggerated.
Yeah. But
they know the mechanics. They need to know that it's not evil. The husband doesn't have to put a bag on his wife's head. It's not evil to enjoy the flavor of your food. We're trying, because we're also trying not to commit the same use, mention, distinction breakdown that Isabel Brown did. We should probably just listen to her so they'll know what we're arguing against. But the point is, these feminists, hard left, and even the right-wing feminists are like, well, if no one tells them how it works, then how are they going to do it on their wedding night? It's like, okay, well, everyone figures out how to, you know, to plug in their vacuum cleaner. You know, they all know that. They're not retarded. They probably, in some of these weird trad households, even some weird Novus Ordo households, they're being taught odd things, like it's bad to be excited about it, or
to be into your wife,
to look forward to it. It's bad to now that's fine, but that's a simple admonition, one-time admonition. It's not bad as long as you follow the age-old rules, which is marital, unitive, procreative,
right?
Not, you know, and no contraception artificially, then you're basically good. Like, go to it and have conversations with each other in the bedroom,
true
not in
intimacy.
The public sphere.
They're trying to fast forward intimacy, right? They're trying to make it all about the pleasure of sex, so to speak, instead of like what, as traditional Catholic women, were, yes, everyone should be enjoying sex with their spouse. That's true. But there's also an entire aspect of it where it's like you're supposed to be like intimate, even intellectually, with your spouse. And so they're trying to fast forward things too much. Like, you're not going to be hitting on all the cylinders, so to speak, unless you're having constant conversation with your husband. You're not going to read some magazine and they're going to give you all the tricks of the trade and that sort of thing, and you're going to fast forward that intimacy with your husband. You're actually, if you take that sort of advice from a magazine, you're actually missing out on a really great opportunity of true intimacy with your husband, finding out what he likes, you know, that sort of thing. Like, that's part of it. That's
the medium is the message.
The medium is the message. Yeah. And so
the convos, which are a little awkward to begin.
They're going to be awkward at first when you're first married and you're virgins and you're having these conversations.
But then you find out ways to navigate them. It becomes more fun. And then and even this, it's getting too bedroomy because we're just some husband and wife couple. You get what we're saying, though. Have these conversations. They're a little bit risky and all that. So they carry all of the dangers and the pleasures of risk. And that's all we're going to say. The conversations need to be happening privately in the bedroom between the husband and wife. This does not need to be on the printed page.
Because people are motivated in that area. Like, let's just be honest. Like 2 virgins are motivated on their wedding night in that area to make it work as good as possible.
Right.
And over the next year or 2, you're going to figure things out. You don't need some smut rag that's going to tell you, particularly I'm talking to women right now. You don't need some smut rag to tell you, like, and I understand they're trying not to be smutty. Okay. That's what they claim. They're not trying not to be, they claim they're not trying to be smutty, but it is smutty. You don't need a magazine to tell you what your husband's preferences are. All you need to do is you need to just ask him to accompany you to the bedroom and say, what are your preferences? Like, I'd like to like make you happy. Like, what do you like? That it's very simple. So